Well, hello the new, it's only me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from the state-of-the-art Studio B here in the Giggle Mill in Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK. This studio is state-of-the-art, and believe me, IMAX and 3D have got nothing on us, so watch out for the enormous and frequent special effects. You'll have to be quick because they are very quick. And in our little tale today, both of which concern the medical profession. And in the first one, it's these oaks, you know, they keep you as regular as a clock. In my first little tale, a Chinaman discovers one day that he's got a problem down below. He's got a sort of sexual disease kind of thing, you know, because he'd been frequenting naughty ladies. So he goes to the doctor, who sends him to a surgeon, who says the only answer is an operation. We'll have to remove it. Oh, he says, I couldn't have that. He says, no, he says, I have too much fun, he says. So he said, there's no hope for it, he said, it'll have to come off. So he tries 3 different surgeons and they all tell him the same thing. And one of his friends said, well, why not try Chinese herbalists? They normally have answers to most things. So he goes along to a Chinese herbalist and he explains the problem. He says, I don't want to have it cut off. So the Chinese herbalist says, well, I have a jar of special herbs here. Wanting Wong. So he said, well, Wanting Wong, he said, will that cure it? He said, no. He said, but after 3 days it will drop off by itself. Thank you. In the next little story, a man is in hospital and the doctor rushes in to his room and he says, good morning, Mr. Jones. He said, I have some bad news and some very bad news. He said, which do you want first? He said, well, let's have the bad news first, he said, if it's that bad. So the doctor says, well, he said, the bad news is you've only got 24 hours to live. So the guy says, well, he said, if I've only got 24 hours to live, what could be worse than that? So the doctor said, well, the very bad news is I've been trying to reach you for the last 24 hours. Thank you and good night, folks.